Hey guys, DJI Osmo Action. Is it as good as the GoPro, or should you wait another year? Let's talk about it. Hey guys, I'm Josh Martin here, and I'm here to talk to you today about a new product that I got recently. It's called the DJI Osmo Action. The reason why I'm talking about it is it's the newest action cam to kind of come out. It's a big deal. GoPro has been not only the leader in this department, I would say they have a commanding lead. Sony's came out with some. There's been a couple knockoffs, but GoPro time and time again has been the only company to truly innovate in this department. Recently, some of the action market declined up until the GoPro 6 when they started to add some cool stabilization in 4K. The Hero 7 was an unmitigated success. The internal stabilization was great. DJI decided to enter the market with the DJI Osmo Action. Made by DJI, clearly, is an action cam that is a direct competitor to the GoPro Hero 7 in many ways. And I'm going to show you a couple of the ways right now. One, its form factor, and I think this is something that's very important. This is the case that comes in. The standard case is the exact same as the GoPro, meaning this camera has the same form factor and function as the GoPro cage. You won't have to buy new accessories when you buy the Osmo Action. This is a brilliant piece of design by DJI. I'm not out $30 for a chest piece, $50 for this, and having to find a special place to buy them. GoPro's form factor has made it so DJI made a consistent product that really all you have to do is get the hardware. I think that's a brilliant piece of marketing and design. Some of the differences are the screw-on lens cover, which you're gonna see right here. I can screw this off and put ND filters on by Polar Pro. Polar Pro, you don't sponsor me. I only have like 22 followers, but you will soon. Some of the other parts of the brilliant design with the replaceability, this case is a little bit better. The microphone isn't exposed either way, but the volume kind of works through the front, a fantastic part. The forward-facing screen is gonna be a huge one. This is one of the first true competitors as a selfie vlogging camera. The back camera is big and it's always versatile. It's one of these things where when I fire it on, you'll be able to see in this little screen right here a pretty solid amount of stuff. Probably won't be very in focus here, but the idea is this front-facing screen is 1 inch by 1 inch. It's enough for you to set it up in a corner and be able to have it look at something, and you're not sitting there and fiddling back and forth with that tension screw that's always been a problem with GoPro. I think it's light, I think it's classic, and the beauty of some of its brilliant design is it's got the same sensor that the Mavic Air does internally, meaning I get the absolute ability to have crystal clear 4K video. I think that that's something that is mandatory now in an action camera. Remember, DJI has worked on their color science through many versions of their drone. Meaning the things that are coming out of here are some of the same technologies that are going into the Inspire and the Mavic Pro and the Mavic Air. So when it hits your hands, it's not the same. It's a higher quality, it's a higher design. Now the back is a lot more to the similar design and capacity of a GoPro. Everything happens via swiping on the back. It's icon based, it's really simple, big blue letters. You can turn the brightness up and down. Functionality on this is very easy in terms of actual on-camera design, and I think that matters a lot. The swiping function makes it so you can move quickly. However, you can move too quickly, so verify your settings before you actually start recording something. You may swipe it and be swiping to 1080 and accidentally swipe to 720. I will link in the description to a USA Today article where they were swiping too fast and actually did that. And at 720, you don't get internal camera stabilization. So that's a big thing to notice. If rock steady isn't on in blue, it means you're not getting rock steady. So you want to get those functionalities up front. There is 5 or 6 different shutter speeds on top of different sizes. There's a lot of customizability. I would argue too much for the swipe system. They probably should have put more in the app for the mobile phone, but I think they gave you so much customizability, you're gonna end up hurting yourself in the long run. So I think it's very important to know that this has a lot, so make sure it's set up right the first time. That will matter to you. Next, the stabilization is incredible, and I'm gonna start putting up here in the corner some of the videos. I tested this with, I'm here next to the horseshoe. I tested this with 2 Ohio State wide receivers, Chris Olave and cornerback Damon Arnette. The videos up here in the right-hand corner, Damon Arnette locking down a kid. This is all handheld. This is not chest stabilized. This is not anything else. This is me holding it like a camera and swiping and sweeping through these things. What it means is I can get more intimate camera angles, I can get closer to things, you're not worried about impact on this, but secondarily, with the stabilization, I can run, I can jog behind the athletes. So when the boxing out happened, when Arnette, you'll see him put 2 hands in the chest of this young wide receiver. When he does that, I'm jogging behind them, and I have bounce in my hand. That elimination is incredible. This isn't just an action cam for you to huck yourself on a snowboard. Construction workers could use this. Football players could make their form better with these things. I'm in the camp that GoPro is an amazing product and GoPro has amazing functionality, but I think this for a first iteration, well, maybe not a full GoPro killer in some functionality, and I'll kind of sum that up at the end. This is a phenomenal product. Lag during the stabilization is going to be a big deal. So Rock Steady makes it so there is next to no bounce in this image. What needs to be noted, while there is no bounce during footage, if you're looking through the back of this to control it like a standard video camera, there is probably a full second lag in the video. Because it's taking it in 4K, it's cropping it down, it's stabilizing it in camera. So if you depend on the video here, or depend on the video feed onto your phone, you absolutely will get lag and you'll miss shots. So the slow-mo in this, wow. It has 4 times and 8 times slow motion. You'll be able to go as deep as effectively 240 frames a second, meaning the slow motion in this, when you pull this into Final Cut Pro or Premiere and slow it down to a normal pace, is going to be outstanding. Sorry, the wind here is awful today apparently. But the slow motion is going to be cool for those action shots, for those action moments, to get those details, to get those forms, to get that factor, get that kind of excitability that I'm not going to put my $4,000 Z7 on the line for. That's incredible, and the fact that they have this built in and GoPro doesn't, I think for the cinematic creators are going to use this just as much, if not more often, because now I don't have to take out my big camera to do slow-mo. Smaller is better, faster is better. And then last, the battery lasted a solid amount of time. The battery lasted 91 minutes at 4K, 60 frames a second with Rock Steady. I get that's only an hour and a half. They have a 3 battery pack for $60, includes a speed charger for all 3, and it's USB powered. So if you had a battery pack, kind of like a Mophie or something like that, you could charge these on the go and keep throwing them in. I don't know anybody who's probably done 5-6 hours in one day on one of these things. It could happen, so those accessories are important. However, I will say 4K, 60 frames a second, I think that's pretty incredible all in all for it. You can go as far as 2 hours in 1080p and 30 frames without Rock Steady, so if you cut the stabilization down, cut it to a standard frame rate, and cut it to a standard size, generally a YouTube video, you're 2 full hours of taping. You probably could do this with a lav mic and a GoPro. You probably could do most of your vlogging on it, especially now with the internal stabilization. It would be nothing to kind of hold your camera here and have these conversations and just mic it up and sync the audio later. And I think that that's a strong possibility. Overall, I'm going to say this is an outstanding first attempt. They came in smart. They came in 6 months to the next GoPro, so this gets to make a little bit of a landfall. This is $349 new. I think that that's important because the GoPro Hero 7, $349 new, so the competitors are directly on top of each other. So the packaging's very same, it's like Apple. It's got everything on the back. DJI Care Refresh, I believe, is $29, means if you destroy this twice, as long as you can return parts to them, they'll replace it. I actually would recommend it for this because you're gonna be able to put this in risky positions, and at $29, it's cheaper than buying a second one, so I would consider it. But overall, man, I'm gonna tell you, I'm floored by this. I'm a tech nerd, and to be honest, I'm a gear nerd probably more than I should be. I think DJI hit it out of the park. DJI, if you're watching this is incredible. I put NFL caliber cornerbacks and wide receivers with this. I put an ex-NFL player in this. I don't know it's a GoPro killer yet, but I don't know it has to be. Remember, they don't have to unseat the market. They just have to rattle GoPro, and I think they've done a really good job. But yeah, so I'm gonna recommend, if you're in the market for an action camera, purchase one. If you have a Hero 6 or Hero 7, you probably don't need this yet, but if you're considering upgrading, I would consider grabbing this. The fact that I can go out to Polar Pro right now and get magnet versions of ND filters, I can now fight that bright sunlight or that bright snow and get some incredible shots. All right guys, from here, 3 things. 1, like the video. It does help, it means a lot, it makes YouTube see my videos, it'll make them a little bit more visible. 2, comment down below. Do you have a GoPro? Do you use it? There's a lot of people that have them that don't. I'd love to hear if you use your GoPro or if you're interested in the Osmo Action. And 3, subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to build a community, and it means a lot for me to have you guys following along. And if you do so, ring the bell so you can get notifications every time I make a new video. That way we can kind of keep this momentum going. And thanks, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.